Welcome cartoonists. Hope you've had a great weekend and you're ready for another little bit of drawing. We've got another request today for today's workshop. In 10 minutes you're going to be drawing a guitarist koala. So a very musical koala. We're going to start off straight off here. We're going to start with a little dome for the top of the head, a little shallow N shape for the top, working quite near the top of the page, not too close. Now the shape of this face it's almost triangular, but it is rounded at the corners for its cheeks. So if you can work with me on this, just work your way down one side then the other, round it and along the bottom, and what you have, it is like a sort of a rounded triangle shape. If you go wrong anywhere, like I've done here, I'm not going to start again. I'm just trying to cover this up. It's going to look like a bit of a shadow anyway, so as long as you're getting the main shape of it, don't worry about going wrong a little bit. Now the main part of the koala is its funny shaped nose, and it's like an oval O shape. Not too close to the bottom because you want to fit the mouth in, so we're doing it around about there. That's an oval, O kind of shape, and you can shade that in later or do it now with your pen if you like, and just leaving a little bit shiny because they do have a black nose. If you want to do any other colour, of course, leave it blank and colour that later. I'm just doing really simple eyes for this one because I think they look really effective. Just small eyes, just leaving that little bit to make it look shiny. And we're starting to build up a head, but at this stage it looks like a screaming face with the teeth in the mouth at the moment. If you look at that, just shows you can turn it into all sorts of things. So the mouth there is a W shape, which I tend to use quite a lot for animals, dogs and cats, etc. Just the kind of the way their mouth is set up with those two little cheeks. For colouring purposes, I'm putting that line because that'll be a different shade, a different tone to the rest of the face. I'll make it lighter in some way. These are the ears, but this is the inner ear that I'm doing first, like a C shape on the side of the head. And that does look like a bear, but not so much a koala bear, because koalas have got bigger, fluffier ears than most bears. So I'm just doing these one at a time, just curling it round at the end, ready for the next bit, which then comes down. It's going to end up rounded, but I'm just kind of making it look a bit fluffy, and then we can round it at the bottom. And it's starting to now look a bit like a koala bear. And you can shade this in later. I'll show you how to do that at the end of when I finish doing the outlines. So now we're working on the arm, around about there from the head, a nice curved shape. I'm using W's again with an extra one. Those are the little fingers which is strumming the guitar. Now guitars are a little bit difficult, so you've got to stick with me on this. I'll carry the arm up, but not all the way to the head, just halfway. You can always make it a little bit longer later if you need to fill any gaps. So this first part of the guitar, I'm going to go in a wavy shape. We're going to go down and then up. Okay? Just have a little go at that, just a nice easy shape. And it's like that little curved part of the guitar. The back of the guitar is like a big old C shape. And just stop when you get to where it's going to change shape again, and make a similar kind of line to the top, just coming up and down, and you've got a nice little guitar shape there. We can add all the details in later, which is again, it's like a big W shape. We're using a lot of W's with this cartoon. Now the guitars have got this big hole in the middle, which we're going to just put that there by the paw. and because it's dark inside that guitar you can just shade that in. This little bar on the back where the strings are going to be attached to, and just details to make it look more like a guitar. It looks a bit like a fried egg at the moment, so we're going to make it look a bit more guitar-like. So from that hole in the guitar, I don't know what it's called, do a straight line. Don't use a ruler, I don't mind if it's wobbly, it looks more cartoony if it's wobbly. Just do as best you can. And you go a little bit thinner at the end, but it's not that important. Then any lines that you need to close off you can do. And you may have a koala playing a guitar. So the other arm, and it's going to have little fingers on the end, sounds really tricky, but if you go with me, once you've got those little shapes of the guitar, if you wanted to do that like a big oval shape you can do if you're working in pencil, and then just put that little dip in the middle. But if you can do it in one go, that's great. So that arm's coming down, not all the way, because on the end of that arm is a big thumb, just a circle, that's it. And two more, another W shape there, and you've got a simple way of drawing a hand holding the neck of that guitar. Now working towards the end where they tune the guitar. This little part at the end is a square shape, and all we need to do now is the little keys that tighten the strings on the end. So any little details you can add, some little dots on there, a circular pattern around the hole. Again, little details you can add. These are the frets on the guitar. Just little lines, just put a few of those in as well. It all adds to the detail and makes it look a more complicated cartoon. Now you can just see these two little long oval shapes here again. And there are those little keys where you tighten the strings on the end. We're going to have some curly strings coming off those. And now you should be looking something like a guitar. Or maybe you've invented a new instrument that we've not quite decided what it is yet. So there's just wiggly lines coming off, any shape, doesn't matter at all. They're just the spare bits of guitar string that are coming off those little turn keys there. And the bear is going to be doing a jump while playing the guitar, so the feet are going to be off the ground, and all we're going to do for the feet, really easy, is two big U shapes on either side of that guitar. Now how time saving is that for drawing legs and feet? You can't see it because the guitar's so big in comparison to the body. There are a few little lines for toes, and that is it. And it looks like he's mostly hidden behind that guitar. If you've managed to do the guitar, there you have it. And there's a shadow underneath to show that he is actually off the ground, with some little marks for movement to show that it's doing a big jump. He's going to land and probably strum a great big deafening key. And here are some music notes just coming off that guitar. You can put these all around. Just have a little look at music notes, how they draw. Maybe you know music better than me. I mean, I've got no idea whatsoever. I'm not musical at all. But if you are, you can really go crazy with these. You're probably laughing at these if you know music notes. You're probably laughing at my efforts. More movement lines, because there's a lot of movement going on, a lot of heavy strumming of this guitar doing a big solo or something. And now you're ready for a little bit of shading, or add any bits of detail that you need, maybe some stickers on the guitar if you want. So I'm basically shading now. You know, I usually do it in grey because I like to leave that to your imagination, the colouring and shading, because I like to see what colours you prefer to use. As it happens, koalas are grey, but this can be any colour you like. The inside of those ears, I'd shade them pink. The main face I would shade grey, like a traditional koala. But just let your imagination go mad. Do any colours you want, purples, pinks, orange, whatever you think, really doesn't matter. It's going to look effective whatever you do. I'm going to leave that little chest area just underneath the chin if you've got any area there, because your guitar might go straight up to the top, but if not, just leave that a lighter colour in your two-tone shades. Molly, we just want to say hello to you because your work's been brilliant. We want to see more of your work, please. Want to see if you can do a koala guitar. That'd be great to see. And Betsy, also a subscriber who's sending in some fantastic work, really following my cartoons closely, and it's good to see what you're doing and watching and looking at all your cartoons, which are excellent, and it keeps me inspired to do more workshops the more I see of your work. You can see the way I've done the shading on that guitar, just to make it look more interesting. It's quite heavy shading on the edges, then going lighter as we go in. It makes it look like some light reflecting because it's a flat surface, and it doesn't look round, it looks flat, but you're getting a bit of a shine on there. Also interested to see what Ruben's making of this koala guitar as well. Don't know if you're into music. And Harry also. Very, very keen to see your work. I think you're just improving all the time, and your confidence is improving. You can see it in your cartoons. So keep at it, please. Same as Precious. She's becoming a bit of a pro cartoonist now too. So once you've got your colour and your shading done, any little details you want, a few tufts on the top of the head, why not? Makes it look a bit silly. And any more bits of movement marks. Don't forget your big famous signature that you've been working on too, so everyone knows what you've done. And I hope you're getting a bit of a portfolio of work together. Don't chuck it away, either pin it up or keep it in a little folder, and if you can send it to our Facebook group, that's brilliant. We'll show it on there. Oh, look at that. If yours is better than that, you're doing great. I got to a certain stage with that one. I made the ears a bit bigger and just put an elephant's trunk on it. It looks like an elephant playing the guitar. So versatile, these cartoons. Ugh, that's scary. So leave a comment. What would you like to see me draw? What if you always wanted to draw but don't know where to start? I'll help you. We'll make it easy. So keep watching, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the next workshop.